Okay, this is John Tuck Flint Knife, and I'm having a little trouble trying to get my camera located the way I want it. This is part 3 of angles. We talked about platforms. This is beginner's video on angles, and I'm going to show you when you get a point thinner how to work about the angles. Now, we're going to come all the way across there, and I'm going to go in on about a 45 on this one. Came out right there, and that one went right there a little bit further. Now, before I forget about it, and I've been meaning to talk about it on the other two, I keep forgetting. You can change your angles and not even know you're doing it. And this is what happens probably 90% of the time with most people. When you got everything going, I'm going to try to see if I can turn this a little bit more this way, keep it from falling. When you got everything going and something don't work right, 90% of the time is you've got your angle figured out. Like right here, when you go to hit, you turn your hand down because you're coming towards your hand. It's just natural instinct to want to move your hand. Now, if I turn my hand down, I've changed that angle. If I come up, I've changed that angle. So what I like to do is try to prop my hand right there to keep it solid and come down, and I didn't change my angle. That went all the way across, kept it solid. So remember that, and I forget about that so many times when I'm flint knifing in the past and now. There's lots of times I'll be working out here like this, won't have my hand nowhere, and I said, "Dadgum, that didn't do right." I don't even stop to think, why didn't it do right? Well, as I come down, I changed the angle with my hand. Look at that, look at here. You make like a half of a circle change with your hand. If you do that, that's going to mess up the angle that you're coming in this way. I hope this is making sense to you, because that was the last thing I want to explain to you. That's why I'm doing one more video on angles. I just said I'd do it on a piece I'm trying to thin up here to make something out of. So, I'm going to hold my hand steady. I'm going to come down on 45, and that will run all the way across to there. Now I'm just hitting straight down, bringing this edge up, trying to turn the edge up. So I have my good platform when I turn it over. I'm going to hit straight down on this one, because I had a hinge right on the edge of it. I want to get past that hinge. Now let's see what we do on this side. Come straight down. I'm coming straight down because I only need to run it a 1/16 of an inch. There we go. I don't want a steeper angle because it'll go all the way across and shear it off, and I lose half of my points there. At least 1/4 of an inch is the length on the thing, if that happens. This one's about ready for pressure flaking. I'm going to kind of just tap around and move some high areas out of it and get it ready. I'm using the famous hollow copper bopper. If I look right here, got a pretty good ridge running down here, and I'm going to lower that. Pretty flat on this side. I think I'm going to try to thin it some, so what I'm going to do is get on these deltas here and start moving them around, lowering them and raising them, and bringing them in a little shorter, make them a little stouter. When I mean stouter, I'll explain to you in a second what I mean by that. If the edges are not razor sharp. This is what I mean by stouter. Those edges are thicker. I'm gonna start right here. I'm gonna put it right there. That one went right there. That one went right there. And that one went right there. Look how thin it got it. That's the hump there. I'm gonna come up here now and work back towards the middle and thin it. Got a little bad spot right there I'm trying to get out. Alright, try to run that way so to flush it out. Went right through there and took most of it out. And that was a bad move on my part. That was a big mistake. Tremendous mistake. I thought it was ground down there and it wasn't. I didn't even look to see if the edge was sharp. I just thought, well, this is going to blow all the way out this time. I'm so excited. I'm going to show you how I blew it out. It was a razor edge and it went in there and stacked and hinged. So now I got to try to come across this side and I got it out. In doing that, I used a real steep angle. I almost hit straight in on it. And I hit hard because I knew I needed to flush it out. Okay, that's pretty good. This will come out pressure flaking here. So we got a ridge here. I haven't made a video in about a week and a half or longer. Probably 2 weeks. Cause I got COVID, man. I got COVID about a week and 3 or 4 days ago, and this is the first day I've been in my shop. That stuff turned me every which way but loose. Whew. I thought it was just a bad head cold. It kept getting worse and worse, and then everything on me got to hurting. And I said, well, maybe I just got the flu. Never thought about it being COVID. And telling a friend of mine, he said, man, you got COVID. And he come over and brought a test kit. My wife was out of town, and it tested positive. And so anyway, yeah, and I've had my shot. I've had my booster shots. And I've had it before after I had my shot, but it was a real light case. This one was about 3 times as bad as the first time. It was pretty tough, I'm telling you. I was a sick Mexican, as my grandma used to say, for a few days. Never knew what she meant by that. But anyway, I'm going to probably make a benton out of this one. That was one of her favorite sayings. Let's see if we can find another one here that needs thinning. We might do some thinning on. We're going to stop on this one. This one's in real good shape. If you look at it, it's got a high spot coming across there, but it's low there. High spot's there. I think what I'm going to do is come down this way and bring this edge up. I'm hitting down, bring my razor edge up. Now I'm going to grind it that way to see what happens. And it's low enough right there, I can hit on it and get away with it. This is just a bad piece here. I didn't do too good a job of thinning this one. I left too many real low areas in it. Now I'll show you what I'm talking about when I pick this up. Whoa, come back here. We're going to dip, 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 dip. Low area, low area. Here's a ridge I can follow right here. There's not many ridges I can follow without running into a low area. That one run into a low area. I didn't even notice it was that low. I might have trouble with this piece. Sometimes you do and sometimes you don't. I can get everything out and I can thin it, but I'm not going to have nothing left when I get through. It's not going to be wide enough to make a dovetail or a clover port or something like that. It'll be real narrow. Well, I'm making Elk River, I'm thinking about that. I need to try to run this one all the way across. This is where I usually break them. I'm hitting hard and driving it straight in. Just about. So I can run them all the way across. That was that bad spot, took it right out. It's a pressure flake out, but I'm gonna try to knock it out. I knocked it out. That's another mistake I make. When I know something will pressure flake out, don't try to knock it out, because you mess up knock it out. You ain't gonna mess up pressure flake, and you're gonna put it right there on it where you want it before you put any pressure on it. When you're swinging a billet, you don't know where it's gonna go. You mess up real easy. You think you might know where it's going. All right, this side's gonna be okay, except a little booger there right here. I hope I can get some of it out without losing too much more width on this thing. This might work. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that worked good. This is a pressure flake off that ridge. I'm not about to try to hit on it. Alright, let's raise this up a little bit. I'm gonna dull it. See if I can come across there. That was that bad low air on that side I was talking about. No problem getting it out, but I'm gonna keep it wide. It's a big problem. About convinced I'm gonna have to make Elk River out of this thing. Anyway, because of these problems, you have to put in there. I thinned that base because Elk River has a thin base, so I wasn't worried about that. Like I say, I done decided what I'm gonna do with it. Now I'm gonna try to come across here, hitting down on it above the razor edge, so I can get below those hinges, which have to. Now, try to do a little fluting area on this one. Try to get some of those high spots out on this side of it, where the notch is going. There we go. That'll come out perfect. That's gonna be good. That'll make a good Elk River. Okay, I said I was gonna do one more, but that one was such a mess. I don't know. I was just embarrassed over it. I don't ever make nothing you get embarrassed over, do you? All right, here's a good example right here. Here's what I'm looking. Look at your ridges, following the high spots. So this would be a good one to thin without losing a lot of mass. So thin more than what it is what I'm trying to say. All right, I'm gonna hit on top. Okay, right through there, look at that, follow that ridge. Moved a lot of mass and hardly lost any of my length at all. Now this one is going to be difficult because it's got a whole bunch of little fractures right there, right on this edge. I think you can see them like that. So I got to hit on top of it to get above them, so my shot waves will go below them. So I'm going to hit up here on top like this, almost straight down. Look at that. Now I can hit in a little bit, and look how good that works out. So now we have one more kind of ugly ridge. This one will flake out good. You know what I said about them pressure flaking out and hitting on them. This is a woolly booger here. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know which way to come, and I'm gonna show you why it's a woolly booger. This has got a whole pile of same thing, little hinges right there to try to come across. And to do it, I gotta come a long way. So what I'm looking for right now is a pressure flaker. And something I can, I didn't get none of this out because I thought I was going to be doing percussion. Let me roll this up real quick where I won't get in my hand. Show you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try to raise this edge up like this, rather than hitting on it. because I hit on it, I might go a little further in and I won't make it more narrow. I can control how much I'm taking off butter by pressure flaking it. And at this stage, if it was a half inch wider, an inch wider, I'd hit on it. I wouldn't stop and worry about doing no pressure flaking. Okay, now, here's what I'm gonna do. I've got two isolated platforms. One of them don't make it, the other one will. I'm gonna try the one down here first this way. I'm gonna come straight down on it like I told you I was. Look at that. Now, I'm gonna run more in because I've already got it out. Look how pretty that works. Now, pressure flake that out. So this one's ready to go to make a point out of. Okay, I hope you enjoyed the quick review of using the right angles to thin something. If you hit on it and don't run like you want to, your angle's not right. You're not hitting on the right angle. It could be right, you could be turning your hand and messing it up. Now I'm gonna go over that one more time. If you're holding it in your hand, and you're holding it like this, if you're coming in on a 45, and as you start swinging, you do this, you raised it up and you messed the whole angle up. If you go down, you're gonna hit up here and break it more than likely, or you're just gonna take a little out. Do not move this hand once you got everything in your memory of how you're gonna do it. If that means putting it stationary, I've seen people have it right here and move it, even on here and move it. And it's what it reminds me of. Some of you can appreciate this, and some of you won't know what the heck I'm talking about. But if you ever shot a gun, a shotgun or a pistol, anything that kicks, got a lot of power to it, and you never shot it before or whatever, you know it's gonna kick. And I used to do this to teach my son a lesson. I wouldn't put a live round in it, and when he pulled the trigger, he'd do like that. He would flinch. That's what we call flinching, because he was anticipating the recoil off of that gun. And you feel so funny when you do it. I've done it shooting live rounds and have a dud in there, like reload, dove hunting. You might not have got enough powder in there. Just put the primer in your dud and go poof, but you'll do that. So the same thing here. You can have it here and move your legs or move anything before you hit it. So what I'm trying to tell you is the key to a lot of your problems is moving and messing your angle up. You got to hold it steady. You got to hold it steady. Okay, y'all have a blessed day. I hope I get over this COVID. This is the first day I've been down there working. I've only been down there since I started this video, and I'm already sweating and getting weak.